viewer, just as the music company's customer was the listener. The music companies had no connection with their listeners whatsoever. And so what changed in the music industry was not the back end of the business, the A&R, the seeking out and developing of artists and talent over, which is just as important now as it ever was. What changed was the front end of the business. The distribution and marketing was able to be done in a much more effective way, bypassing the distribution channel and going direct to the end user. And that's what's going to happen in visual media as well. And the marketing's going to get a lot more interesting, more precise, cheaper, efficient, but the content is going to be just as valuable, if not more valuable in the future. So what the studios need to do is to embrace this new front end of the business, to start knowing who their customers are, and to start building mechanisms to communicate with them and tell them when their new product is coming out. And also to let them watch it wherever they want, whenever they want.
And when do you think that'll happen? I'm just curious. Because
it's starting to happen now in television, because people, the studios feel, same guys, right, that make movies and TV shows, they feel less protective, or they're more willing to experiment with their television properties than they are their film properties. So you're starting to see it in television. You can get TV shows now, in some cases for free, the day after they're broadcast. In some cases, in our case, we sell them the day after they're broadcast. And you're starting to see it more and more with film, too. So I think that is changing a lot in the next 24 months.
Okay.
I even think there's going to be a way to watch a first-run movie at home before it comes out on DVD if you're willing to spend a bunch of money.
A bunch of money.
A bunch of money.
I guess over here.
Hey, Steve. Don McCaskill from SmugMug. You may remember a couple years ago we talked about this, but I think it's even more pressing. I love my iPad. My 2-year-old loves my iPad, and I buy the truck versus car analogy. But it seems like there's a sort of a gaping hole in that analogy right now. You have great syncing of contacts and mail and calendar. I can buy my apps and update them over the air, but I still have to tether to get what is arguably the birth of this platform, which is music and videos on my devices. And my mobile devices...
that's not exactly true. You can buy music and get it on your device over the air, and you can buy video and get it on your device over the air. There's iTunes Store is on all those devices, and it does flow over the air.
But I have a large iTunes library that I built up thanks to you over the last 8 years.
No, what you'd like to do is share your library of media amongst your various devices.
Yeah.
It's not buying it
without a wire.
Yeah, without a wire. It's not buying it on that device, because you could buy it all on that device.
Yeah. It's the tethering
no,
that I think is the issue.
It's the sharing.
Yeah.
You want to share your content that you've bought or somehow otherwise acquired amongst your various devices.
And you can't do that today, right, with iTunes?
You can do that today with a wire. You cannot do that today without a wire. So we need to work harder on that.
You do?
We do.
Thank you.
You really can't even do it with a wire, because it'll blow away. It'll say, well, if you're going to sync with this PC or this Mac.
No, but if it's your content, you can do it all real easy. It just takes a wire.
So you're going to do better?
We need to do better.
Okay. Anytime soon?
We're working on it.
Over here.
Hi, Steve. David Roth. I love my iPhone. My wife loves her iPhone. And we have no concerns about the speed of the AT&T network or the data robustness. Our concern is that we can't make a phone call on it.
Yeah.
We live in Houston, not San Francisco or New York. Oh. And the network has gotten so bad in the last year that we can't be on the phone for more than a minute without dropping a call. And if we're on the phone for 5 minutes, the call drops 3 times every time.
Yep. Yeah.
Is somebody from Apple working on that?
Well, somebody from Apple's talking about that. I mean, we don't have people that, climb up on poles and adjust antennas, because we don't know anything about that. But yeah, you can bet we're doing everything we know how to do.
Can I expect relief soon?
I'll tell you what I'm told. And I'm told this by credible people who are extraordinarily open and honest with us about their problems, so which makes me tend to believe people when they tell me things. When I know little about this stuff technically, this is not my area of expertise. To make things better, people reallocate spectrum. They take spectrum that they weren't using or were using for something else and allocate it to this problem. And they do things like increase the backhaul. So they put in gigabit Ethernets instead of T1s that they had. And they put in more robust switches to switch the data. Things in general, when they start to fix them, get worse before they get better. That's what I'm told. And if you believe that, things should be getting a lot better soon. So, now, a serious answer to your question, I am told that a lot of places are getting a lot better, certainly by the end of this summer. And I believe the people that are telling me that truly believe it and are high competency people.
And if they don't?
Then they won't. We'll see.
Laura?
Hi, my name is Laura Yeeses. I'm the CEO of SugarSync. We're a cloud service that allows you to synchronize your data between all of your
I know you guys.
Great. My question is related to the one just a couple questions ago. We're very excited about the possibilities of interacting with your content, with your cloud-based content on the device, really as a smoother way to get access to your data so you don't have to tether. And we do a pretty good job of that now, but I think we could do an even better job if we could have access to the file system on the iPad or the iPhone to have a true round-trip syncing capability.
Mm-hmm.
Any plans to do that?
There's a lot of things we're working on. So we should chat.
Okay, great.
Okay, last three questions, very quick. Start here, and that's
Right there.
Allison Sheridan from Raytheon. I bought the movie Up on Blu-ray DVD from Disney,
Thank
and
you.
it came with, you're welcome, it came with a digital download. That was great, so I could put it on my portable devices. So I bought my iPad, and I put it on there, and I bought the VGA adapter, and I plugged it into my projector, and because I bought everything, I couldn't play it because high-definition copy protection stopped me. Had I ripped it to reverse copy protection, downloaded it from BitTorrent, I would have been able to play it. Can you talk at all about how HDCP is helping the piracy, anti-piracy effort?
We didn't invent this stuff.
But you did deploy it.
Well, the problem is the content owners, and in particular Hollywood, doesn't want the same thing to happen to them as they saw happen with Napster to the music industry. So they are desperately grasping at anything they can to try to keep that from happening. Can't blame them. And it's not their business. I mean, they're not in the business of copy protection. They're in the business of content creation. So sometimes they grab the right straws, and sometimes they grab the wrong straws. But if we want to host any of their content, if we want to sell any of their content, they are setting some of the rules about what we have to do, and if we don't want to do them, we try to persuade, but if we fail at persuasion, then we have a simple choice.
I guess maybe explain the irony to them of their choice in that case.
Yes, I understand, and I feel your pain.
Thank you.
Hi,
Very
Steve.
quick.
Shervin Peshawar from Social Gaming Network. I wrote you a letter when I was in 6th grade with a new design of the Macintosh, and I'm still waiting for my response. Seriously, though, I think games are huge. I built my whole, on the iPhone and iPad, I built my whole company at Social Gaming Network on that vision. And I'd like to hear from you what your vision for gaming is on all of the new devices in the post-PC era that you've talked about. And I have a couple of suggestions very quickly on the iAd platform and on the Social Gaming Network that you're launching. One is a unified platform for currency for games and apps.